Hello friends, welcome back to another lesson. Today my lesson is about negative contractions. Okay, friends, already I have uploaded 6 videos on positive contractions, and I have made this lesson for you is on negative contractions. Okay, this is lecture 7. Okay, friends, uh, every day we speak to a lot of people. Okay, so if you want to speak to another person and other person uh, is very much sufficient in English, okay, better than you, uh, and he is just trying to talk to you by using these type of contracted forms. Okay, but you are not known to contracted forms, so how can it be possible to reply other person's questions answer? So that time uh, you can face a lot of problems. Okay, I do believe if you see or if you watch my lessons which are based on contractions, okay, uh, which is uh, positive or negative contractions. Okay, I think after watching every lessons, uh, you will feel some different. Okay, and you will feel good to talk to someone. Okay, and I think you can learn many more things is about contractions, and whenever uh, you want to speak to uh, other person by using contracted forms, I think this type of lesson would help you a lot. Okay, and friends, generally we see this type of contracted forms are used a lot in American languages, or Native Americans actually do use their daily conversation. Okay, the contracted forms. And if you want to speak like natives, I think this type of lessons, I think, is very essential for everybody. Okay, so friends, no more talk. Let's go to today's topic. So friends, already I have told you my today's lesson is about negative contractions. Okay, so friends, here you see my first phrase is are not. Okay, are not, and the contracted form of are not is aren't. Aren't. Okay, if we say one sentence which is we are not going to cinema today. We are not going to cinema today. So friends, if we try to uh, use the contracted form of are not, so the sentence would be we aren't. Okay, we aren't going to cinema today. We aren't going to cinema today. Okay, so it's very interesting. So friends, let's talk about uh, next phrase. Okay, which is cannot. Cannot. So friends, I would say one thing. You should be very focused on uh, pronunciation. Okay, and uh, you should be very careful on contracted forms. Okay, so friends, if you want to understand the other people language, so you have to learn pronunciation correctly. Okay, to understand other people's speech or statement. Okay, during conversation. So friends, my next phrase is cannot. Cannot, and the contracted form of cannot is can't. Can't. So if we say one sentence is for cannot, which is I cannot do the work. I cannot do the work. If you want to use the contracted form of cannot, so we can say I can't do the work. I can't do the work. Here we see I do pronounce can't, not can't. Okay, not can't. So the correct pronunciation is of cannot is can't. Can't. Okay. So friends, my next phrase is could not. Could not. Okay. The contracted form of could not is couldn't. Couldn't. Okay. If we say one sentence is for could not, the sentence would be I could not do this work. I could not do this work. So if we try to use the contracted form of could not, so we can say I couldn't do the work. I couldn't do the work. Okay. So friends, let's talk about the next phrase, which is did not. Did not. The contracted form of did not is didn't. Didn't. Okay. Friends, again and again, I should say you should be very focused on pronunciation of contracted forms. Okay. So if we say I did not do this work yesterday. I did not do this work yesterday. So if you want to use the contracted form of did not, we can say I didn't do this work yesterday. I didn't do this work yesterday. Okay, friends. So friends, my next phrase is does not. Okay, does not. And the contracted form of does not, which is doesn't. Okay, doesn't. So if you want to try to make one sentence is for does not, so the sentence should be he does not go to university today. Okay, he does not go to university today. So if we want to use the contracted form of does not, so the sentence would be he doesn't go to university today. He doesn't go to university today. Okay, so friends, I think you understood very clearly. Okay, so friends, my next phrase is do not. Okay, do not. And the contracted form of do not is don't. Don't. Okay. If we say one sentence, which is I do not do the work. Okay, I do not do the work. Okay, so if we try to use the contracted form of do not, so we can say I don't do this work. I don't do this work. Okay, so friends, let's talk about next phrase, which is had not. Had not. Okay, and the contracted form of had not is hadn't. Hadn't. Okay, so if we say I had not done this work. I had not done this work. So if you try to make or if you try to use the contracted form of had not, so the sentence would be I hadn't done the work. Okay, I hadn't done the work. So friends, my next phrase is has not, okay, and the contracted form of has not is hasn't, okay. So one sentence is for has not, which is he has not worked hard. He has not worked hard. If we say, or if we want to use the contracted form of has not, so we can say he hasn't. Okay, he hasn't done the work. He hasn't done the work. Okay. So friends, let's talk about the next phrase, which is have not. Okay, and the contracted form of have not is haven't. Okay, haven't. Okay, so the sentence is for have not, which is I have not completed the project. I have not completed the project. So here if we want to use the contracted form of have not, the sentence would be I haven't completed the project. I haven't completed the project. Okay, so friends, my next phrase is not, and the contracted form of is not is, which is isn't. Okay, so we can say one sentence is for is not, which is he is not doing the work. He is not doing the work. Okay, so if you try to use the contracted form of is not, the sentence should be he isn't doing the work. He isn't doing the work. So friends, I think you have learned, okay, a lot of things. Okay, so friends, excuse me. My next phrase is might not. Okay, might not, and the contracted form of might not, which is mightn't. Here we see mightn't, and the sentence is I might not do the work. I might not do the work. Okay, so if we try to use the contracted form of might not, we can say I mightn't do the work. I mightn't do the work. Okay, so friends, let's talk about the next phrase, which is must not. Okay, and the contracted form of must not is mustn't. Okay, so we can say one sentence is for must not, which is I must not go to meeting today. I must not go to meeting today. So if we want to use the contracted form of must not, we can say I mustn't go to meeting today. I mustn't go to meeting today. Okay, so friends, my next phrase is should not, and the contracted form of should not is shouldn't. Okay, so friends, we can say one sentence, okay, is for should not, which is I should not do the work. I should not do the work. Okay, so we can say, or we can use the contracted form of should not, and the sentence would be I shouldn't do the work. I shouldn't do the work. Okay, so next phrase, which is shall not. Okay, the contracted form of shall not, which is shan't. Shan't. Okay. So, if we say one sentence is for shall not, which is I shall not work hard. I shall not work hard. Okay. So, we can use the contracted form of shall not. The sentence would be I shan't work hard. I shan't work hard. Okay. So friends, my next phrase is about were not. Were not. Okay. The contracted form of were not, which is weren't. Weren't. Okay. So we can say one sentence is for were not, which is they were not completing the project. They were not completing the project. So, if you want to use the contracted form of were not, the sentence would be they weren't completing the project. They weren't completing the project. Okay. So friends, let's talk about next phrase, which is will not. Will not. Okay. And the contracted form of will not, which is owned. Owned. Okay. So we can say I will not do the work. I will not do the work. If you want to use the contracted form of will not, we can say I won't do the work. I won't do the work. Okay. So friends, my next phrase is would not. Would not. Okay. And the contracted form of would not is wouldn't. Wouldn't. Okay. So friends, if we want to make one sentence by using will not, by using contracted form, so or by using will not, we can say I will not. Okay. I will not. Extremely sorry. So my next phrase is would not. I'm talking is about would not. Okay. So the contracted form of would not, which is wouldn't. Wouldn't. Okay. So if we say one sentence is for would not, which is I would not go to school. I would not go to school. Okay. So if we want to use the contracted form of would not, we can say I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to school today. Okay, I would not go to school today. So friends, my next phrase is could not. Could not, and the contracted form of could not is couldn't. Couldn't. Okay. So if we say if we want to make one sentence by using could not, we can say I could not complete the project a few days ago. Okay. So if we try to use the contracted form of could not, we can say I couldn't completed the project. I couldn't complete this project a few days ago. Okay. So friends, my last phrase, which is am not. Am not, the contracted form of am not is ain't. Ain't. So we can say one sentence is for am not. I am not doing this again. I am not doing this again. Okay. So we can use the contracted form of am not. So we can say I ain't doing this again. I ain't doing this again. So friends, I think you got clearly. Okay, it's about contracted forms, is about pronunciation, is about this lesson. Okay, and is about negative contractions. So friends, I think it will help you to boost up your English knowledge or speaking skill. So friends, next time you want to speak to someone by using contractions, I think this lesson will help you a lot. Okay, and you will feel confident during speaking to another person. Okay, so friends, if you think you got a lot of information is about negative contractions and it helps you a lot, so please subscribe. And if you have any comment is about this lesson, so write in the comment box. Okay, and if you want to know more is about negative contractions, so let me know in the comment box. So friends, that's all for today. I'll be here with new another topic. Till then, wait. Take care. Bye bye.